Hey guys and gals, it's time for another quick snooze review for everyone. So what I'm going to be talking about today is this stuff. It is Click White Portion. It's made by Swedish Match. So it's 24 grams in a can, 24 portions in a can, 8 milligrams per portion of nicotine, and let me get one of these out and show you all what it looks like. I'm down to my last one. So it is a white portion, so you can see that it's a lot whiter. It's white and not as moist as an original portion, so it hasn't gone through that extra step of adding moisture. And it came in a spiral or the star formation inside the can, which is why it has this sort of wedge shape. You can see that the far end, the end that my fingers aren't on, is thicker than this end, and that's so they can arrange them so they sit in the can in like a cool looking little spiral here. Next time I open up another can or another brand that comes that way, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But it's very nice. It adds to the presentation and gives it a real classy sort of look to everything. The can, I don't really like the can that much. It's kind of cool. Like the Click logo doesn't bother me, but it's not quite pink. I'm sure it looks pretty pink in the through the camera, but it's actually like an off red color. But it's enough to make you think that it's pink, and it does have the catch lid for your used portions, and it's a pretty cool like coat of arms type thing on there. A couple lions around a crown. So that's a pretty neat, and it's embossed in there. So that does add a sort of a classy touch to it, along with the spiral portion. With these wedge shapes, I don't particularly care for the wedge shape that much. So what I do is I go like this, and I sort of break it up, and then here, I'll just pop this in, and I pop it into that way. The wedge just feels kind of weird in my mouth. It's not bad or anything. Some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't like it. Taste-wise, it's pretty simple taste. It's just tobacco and herbs. That's pretty much what the description of the product is too. It says I think it's like full, like a dark tobacco taste with herbs, and that's really what you get when you smell the tin. It smells kind of like etan a little bit, but you notice like this herbal character to it. I'm not really sure what herbs they are, and I couldn't pick any out. But I don't have the most sophisticated tastes, or palates, I should say. But it's definitely got this really herbally, musty, not musty, like earthy kind of flavor in there, along with the tobacco, which is also really earthy. So it's not really a simple flavor, but I think it's kind of a basic flavor. It sort of reminds me of like the forest or something like that. Being outdoors, it's pretty nice actually. But it's nothing like very special. Like I probably won't buy this snus again. But that's not really because of the flavor. It's just because I don't particularly care for white portion snus. The white portions, it takes longer for the flavor to get going, and it also takes longer for the nicotine to start flowing. And I feel like they're a little bit, because they're not as moist, they feel kind of strange on my gums. And they don't feel horrible there, but it's definitely slightly uncomfortable for me to like do them throughout the day. I much prefer the original portions, but they don't make this in original portions. If they made it in original portions, I think I would definitely buy it again, at least a couple cans of it, because I do honestly like the taste. I just really dislike the white portion aspect of it. It pretty much turns me off of the whole, I guess, flavor brand of the Click. If it was in a loose version, I would maybe buy that. But ultimately, they'll make it in original portions, and I would buy it again because it does taste, it's not very frilly. It's just kind of like, it's just herbs and tobacco, and it's sort of a deeper, richer kind of flavor, but it's more subdued because of the portion material. So, I don't know. I would probably give this a 6. For me, it's like a 6 out of 10. If you like white portions and like a more basic, straightforward tobacco-esque flavor, or tobacco with maybe a little bit of with a herbal hint to it. Might be a 7 or an 8 or 9 or a 10 out of 10 for all I know, but the white portion aspect really holds me back from fully enjoying this one. But the flavor of it is nice, and it does satisfy nicotine-wise. And overall, I think it's a pretty decent snus. So if it sounds interesting, pick up a can.